Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So dear student, let us continue with the chapter 4, Albert Einstein at School, written by Patrick Pringle. Okay. So you all please take out your book and open it at page number 27. As in my last video I explained page number 25 and 26. Okay, and today I am going to explain some more paragraphs, some more pages of this chapter. So as you know that CBSE has reduced your syllabus up to 30%. So now you need not read those 30%. Okay, now your syllabus is only 70% of the last year syllabus. Okay, so what we have read in this chapter as of now, what I have explained, I am going to once again revise, I am going to summarize once again. So dear students, in this chapter, in the beginning of the chapter, which is a biography of Albert Einstein written by Patrick Pringle, in this biography we have seen that since childhood Albert Einstein, he did not want to mug up the things. We can say that since childhood he had a keen interest in practicals, as when his history teacher asked about the Battle of Waterloo, he responded he did not know, and further he also responded that he did not believe in learning the facts and learning the dates which can be found in book anytime, and these days they can be found on internet, they can be searched on internet. So it was his point of view. He was not believing in mugging up, in learning the dates, learning the facts. And a very beautiful answer he had given when he was asked about a battle. He said, I am not interested in knowing how which army killed how many men. Instead, I am interested in knowing that how this type of battle, how these type of battles take place. Okay, so this is very important question. This is a very important statement which tells us many things. So he was not interested in history, and it doesn't mean he did not want to learn the things, he did not want to study. He wanted to study, he wanted to learn, but the issues which he had raised, it is also a very relevant issue. The things which can easily be found in the books, and it has no relation to our life. So why we should keep them remembering? Why we should remember them? So this is the issue he had raised. He was not interested in going to school, but it was a pressure from his father to take the diploma. So that is why he was going to school, as we have seen the chapter. He had no interest in going to school, he had no interest in studying such subjects which were not related to his future in any way, he was not considering logical, any logic behind learning the dates and facts. It was his point of view. Okay, so now open your book at page number 27. I hope you people have already opened your book at page number 27. So let us begin. I doubt it, said Albert gloomily. So now here, at which point he said I doubt it? Actually, Albert Einstein, as we read it yesterday on the last page, Albert Einstein did not want to go to school. That is why he wanted a medical certificate which could prove that he was not able to study. So that certificate would be shown to, he wanted to show that certificate to his father, so that his father disallow him, stop him from going to school. So this is what he wanted. So that is why he discussed it about Yuri. Okay. So I doubt it, said Albert gloomily. Said Albert gloomily means in a disappointing way, unhappily. That is gloomily. Gloomily, unhappily, unhappily. It is unhappy or disappointed. Okay. Unhappily or in a disappointing way, he said, I don't think I'll ever pass the exams for the school diploma. So it is not about doctor, beta. We will read about doctor later. It is about school diploma. He was afraid that he was not able to pass the exam, at which he said, when Yuri asked, at which he said he doubted that he would not pass the examination. Okay. So I don't think I will ever pass the exams for the school diploma. He told his cousin Elsa the same next time she came to Munich. When his cousin Elsa came to Munich, he told the same to her. Normally she lived in Berlin, where her father had a business. Normally Elsa lived in Berlin, where her father had a business. I'm sure you could learn enough to pass the exams, Albert, if you try, she said. She said, Albert, if you try, then at least you can learn that much which is enough for exam. You can pass the exam. You can learn enough to pass the exam, she said. I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are who get through. And he said, I know, she said, I know lots of boys who knew lesser than you. Okay. So she uses the word stupid. So who are more stupid than you. So if they can pass, so you can also get through. You can also pass. They say you don't have to know anything. You don't have to understand what you are taught. Just be able to repeat it in the exams. She said, what is the secret of passing the examination? You need not pay attention what is taught. You need not understand what are taught. Just repeat. Repeat means here just mug up the things during the exam. And you will get through it. And you will pass it. That's the whole trouble, said Albert. Albert said, that's the problem. I do not believe in mugging up the things. I'm no good at learning things by heart. He said, I'm not good at learning the things by heart. You don't need to be good at it. Anyone can learn like a parrot. She said, you need not to be good at it. Good at learning the things by heart. Anyone can learn like a parrot. You just don't try. Because you are not trying, so that you are unable to do so. Anyone can do it, according to her. And yet I always see you with a book under your arm, added Elsa. Further, Elsa added that she could see Albert Einstein having a book under his arm. So what is the one you are reading? So which is that book which you always keep under arm, and which is that book which you read, which you are reading? A book of geology. He said it is a book of geology. Geology, rocks and things. Do you learn that? He said geology, it is about rocks and things. Do you learn that? No, we have hardly any science at school. He said we have hardly any science period or any teachings of science at school, as it was not done in his school. Then why are you studying it? Because I like it. He said the teaching of science it is not done in my school, because I like this book of geology, so that is why I am reading it. Then why are you studying it? Because I like it. Isn't that a good enough reason? So it is not a good reason. If you like anything and you are reading that book, if you like any book and you are reading that book, it is not a good reason for reading, he said. Elsa sighed. You are right, of course, Albert, she said, but it won't help with your diploma. But reading this book, which does not come under your syllabus, it is not going to help you to pass the exam. It is not going to get you a diploma. Apart from books on science, his only comfort was music. Apart from books on science, he was interested in music. And he played his violin regularly until his landlady asked him to stop. So he used to play his violin regularly until he was stopped by his landlady. That wailing gets on my nerves, she said. She regarded the playing of regard as wailing. She said the wailing gets my nerves, gets on my nerves. It affects my nerves. She said, that's enough noise in this house with all the kids howling. With all the kids already they are howling, and you started playing, already they are shouting, weeping, crying, and you started playing violin. It is too much noise. I cannot bear it. Okay. So saying so, she stopped him from playing his violin. Albert was tempted to point out that most of the time it was she who made them howl. So Albert was pointing out that most of the time it was she who made the children howl. But he decided it was better to say nothing. But he decided not to reply to her. I must get away from here, he told Yuri. So Albert Einstein told Yuri that he must get away from that place after 6 months alone in Munich. It is absurd that I should go on like this. He said it is illogical. Absurd means illogical. Absurd means illogical. Okay. He said it is illogical that I should go on like this. So I cannot continue like this. It is illogical. In the end, it will turn out I have been wasting my father's money and everyone's time. He said this way, the result, the way I am studying here, so the result would not be favorable, and it would be the wastage of money as well as time. Okay. Hmm. So it will be better for all if I stop now. So it would be better for all, for me as well as my father, if I stop my study now. If I stop going to school now. And then what will you do? Yuri further asked, then what will you do? I don't know. If I go to Milan, I'm afraid my father will send me back. He said, I don't know what I will do. But if I go to Milan, where his father lived, he said in the city where his father lived, the name of the city was Milan. If I go to Milan, I'm afraid my father will send me back. Unless his eyes gleamed with a sudden idea, Yuri, do you know any friendly doctors? So when he was saying so, that if I would go back to my house, my father would send me back to school. When he was saying so, he came across an idea and asked Yuri if he knew any doctor, any friendly doctor. I know a lot of medical students. Yuri replied that he knew a lot of medical students and some of them are friendly. He said, some of them are friendly, said Yuri. Doctor, no. I have never had enough money to go to one. So he said, doctor, no, I have never had enough money to go to one. She said, I know a lot of medical students, but I don't know any doctor because I don't have enough money to go to any doctor. Why? Suppose, then Yuri asked, why are you asking about a doctor? What is the reason you suddenly started asking about a doctor? So it was planning behind it. It was Albert Einstein's planning behind asking about a doctor. So what he was planning, you will get to know in the coming paragraphs. Suppose, said Albert, that I had a nervous breakdown. Suppose I had a nervous breakdown, then if a doctor declares that I have a nervous breakdown, then my father would not allow me to go to school. Suppose a doctor would say it's bad for me to go to school and I need to get right away from it. Suppose a doctor would say that it's bad for me to go to school and I need to get right away from it and I need to leave the school right away, right now. If a doctor says so, then it is possible that I can leave the school if a doctor makes such certificate. I can't imagine a doctor saying that, said Yuri. So Yuri replied, I can't imagine that a doctor would say so. I must try. She said, I must try, said Albert, to find a doctor who's specializes in nerves. So she said, it is not easy to find a doctor who specializes in nerves. Okay, but I must try. There are plenty of them, Yuri told him there are plenty of them. He hesitated for a moment, then he added rather reluctantly, unwillingly. Reluctantly means unwillingly, I will ask some of the students if they know one, if you like. So Yuri said, I did not know any doctor, such type of doctor, but I know many students and I would talk to them if you like. Will you? Oh, thank you, Yuri. Albert's eyes were shining. So now he was happy. Wait a moment. I haven't found one yet. So don't be happy. Yuri said, don't be excited now because I haven't found any doctor yet. Oh, but you will. He said, oh, you haven't found any doctor, but you will find out. And if I don't know, he will be willing to help you. He said, if I will find out a doctor and the doctor is not willing to help you, then in that condition what will be done? He will, declared Albert. Albert declared that doctor will do what I want. I am going to have a real nervous breakdown to make it easier for him. He said, doctor will do because I am going to make nervous breakdown really, and it will make easier for him. He laughed merrily. Then Yuri started laughing merrily. I have never seen you looking less nervous, remarked Yuri. Yuri said, I have never seen you looking nervous. So how would you do it? A day or two at school will soon put that right, Albert assured him. Albert assured him that a day or two at school will soon put that right. So in 1 or 2 days that thing would happen. In reality, he is going to be nervously break down. Certainly, he had lost his high spirits when Yuri saw him next. I can't understand it any longer, he said. I really shall have a nervous breakdown that will certify by any doctor. He said, I will really have a nervous breakdown and it will be certified by a doctor. You don't worry. Keep it up, then said Yuri. I have found a doctor for you. He said, keep it up then, and I have found a doctor for you. You have. Albert's face lit up. Oh, good. When can I see him? He said, oh, you have found a doctor. So when can I see the doctor? I have an appointment for you for tomorrow evening. Yuri said, here's the address. So Yuri said, so you have an appointment. So I have got an appointment for you for tomorrow evening. And here's the address. He handed Albert a piece of paper, and then Yuri handed Albert a piece of paper. Dr. Ernst Weil, he said his name was Dr. Ernst Weil, and is he specialist in nervous trouble? So he asked, was he specialist in nervous troubles? Asked Albert. No, exactly, Yuri admitted. Yuri admitted that not exactly. As a matter of fact, he only qualified as a doctor last week. He said, as a matter of fact, he had only qualified as a doctor last week. You may even be his first patient. Further, Yuri added that Albert Einstein was going to be a first patient of that doctor. You knew him as a student then. Then Albert Einstein said, it means you knew him as a student. As Yuri earlier replied that he knew a lot of medical students. I have known Ernst for years. Yuri hesitated for a few moments. And he said he had known Ernest for years. He is not a fool. He warned Albert that he is not a fool. He knew he is a doctor. So what do you mean? Don't try to pull the wool over his eyes. So don't try to cheat or deceive him. So he said, what do you mean? Don't try to cheat him. Don't try to deceive him. That's all. Be frank with him. But don't pretend you have got what you haven't. But don't pretend that. Don't make any false statement. Then don't hide that. So you have got what you haven't. Not that you have deceived anyone. You reiterated. You are the world's worst liar. You are the world's worst liar. So you are not supposed to tell a lie, because you cannot. You are not good at telling a lie. So you should not tell a lie. Okay. So tell the doctor what really you want. What is the reality? Albert spent the next day wondering what to tell the doctor. So Albert spent the next day thinking that what to tell the doctor. So when the time arrived for his appointment, he had worried over it so much that he really was quite nervous. So when the day of appointment came, he was really too much nervous. He was really he has really nervous breakdown. So now he need not to pretend. He was in reality he had nervous breakdown. Now look at page number 29. I do not really know how to describe my trouble, Dr. Weil, he began. So Albert Einstein, he had an appointment with Dr. Weil. He went to Dr. Weil and he said, I don't know how to start, how to begin. Don't try, said the young doctor in a friendly smile. So that young doctor in a friendly smile, he said, don't try. Yuri has already given me a history of the case. He said Yuri had told me everything. So you need not try to tell me anything, because your friend Yuri had already told me everything. Oh, what did he say? Then he asked, what did he say? So only that you want me to think you have had a nervous breakdown. So Yuri informed me that you want me that you have a nervous breakdown. You want to tell me that you have a nervous breakdown. So only that you want me to think you have had a nervous breakdown, and say that you mustn't go back to that school. And he said that you don't want to go back that school. Oh dear, Albert's face fell. He should not have told you that. And he said, Yuri should not have told you these things. Why not? Isn't it true then? He said, why not? Why he should not have told these things to me? Is it not true? Yes, that's the trouble. He said, yes, that's the trouble. Yes, he admitted that. It is true. Now you will say, there's nothing wrong with me. So now if you know all the things, you know what is reality, what is the true. Now you would say that there is nothing wrong with me, and you will tell me to go back to school. So he said, now you are not going to make any certificate of nervous breakdown, and you would be sending me back to school. Don't be too sure of that, said the doctor. Said the doctor, Weil, that you need not to be too sure about that. Said Albert, about that, said the doctor. As a matter of fact, I am pretty sure that you are in a nervous state about that school. So he said, I am pretty sure. As a matter of fact, I am pretty sure you have really a nervous breakdown about that school. It is not like that you are pretending that you have a nervous breakdown. What I can examine, what I can see, the Dr. Weil said, in reality you have a nervous breakdown. But I haven't told you anything about it. said Albert, wide-eyed, with wide-open eye. He said, "But I haven't told you anything about it. How can you know that?" He said, "How can you know that? Really, really I am feeling, really I have a nervous breakdown." So that's all for today's video. In my next video, I will discuss some more paragraphs of this chapter. So till then, take care, stay indoors, stay safe. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching the video.